Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for Everything Arsenal, and in this video we'll be talking about how Arsenal could line up with Tavares and Lokonga if they both start. Obviously we're not expecting both of them to start, but which kind of formation will you line up if they both end up starting for us? So that's what we'll be taking a look at. Make sure you drop a like on the video, and without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. So usually we don't get what we expect. For example, last season we thought Saliba was going to be the one starting in the first game against Fulham, but we ended up seeing Gabriel in the first game and he actually scored on his debut. So which kind of surprises does Arteta have lined up for next season? Which kind of surprises does Edu have lined up for next season? Could it be that Tavares and Lokonga start in the first game of the season? Maybe. And if they start, which formation do I expect us to field? Which kind of tactics do I expect us to use if they're both in the lineup? This is what I expect. So if they're both there, I'm kind of expecting it to be a 5-3-2. A 5-3-2 meaning Tavares plays as the left wing back and Lokonga plays next to Partey in midfield. That leaves Cedric on the right. By the way, you can ignore some of the names there. Obviously, some of the players might leave. We're just here to focus on Tavares and Lokonga. So Ben White, Gabriel and Tierney as a centre-back. Tierney to play as a left centre-back, the same role he plays in Scotland. Robertson plays as a left wing-back there. And then Partey and Lokonga in midfield, and then Saka, Aubameyang and Pepe up front. So the first thing I noticed from that straight away is if you're playing a Brentford in the first game, that to me seems a bit defensive. Yes, you can say Tierney and Tavares love to bomb forward, and maybe Cedric as well. But to me, you do need a number 10 in there when you're playing a newly promoted team and you're trying to go for goals. Because with this one, I don't know, man. I wouldn't like to play a back five in the first game against Brentford, for example. But if we end up playing these players in any of the first 5 games, that's how I expect them to feel. I don't expect us to go for a back four if Tavares is playing. There's probably no reason for Tierney to be on the bench unless he's injured. So that's just the usual. That's just the normal. Just the without any breakdown. But let's try and break it down. So when we have the ball, when in possession of the ball, that leaves Tierney going to the left side almost as a left back, and then Ben White, who can play as a right back and loves drifting forward and can play in any position including right back. That sees him moving to the right side. And then Gabriel sticking in the middle by himself, and then Lokonga dropping in. In case you haven't checked out my other video talking about the 3 positions Lokonga can play at Arsenal, I'll link it up in the YouTube card right now. That brings it right here in this video as well. Lokonga dropping in to partner Gabriel when we have the ball, and then Tavares pushes forward on the left side, Cedric pushes forward on the right side. Partey also carries the ball into the opposition's half, and then Saka, Aubameyang and Pepe in the middle together. That's when we are in position when you have the ball. Everything is so stretched out when you have the ball. Remember, in this position, if you lose the ball, you're in big trouble. You need players to cover, and that's why you need athletic players like Partey and Tierney, people who can get back to positions and communicate very, very quickly. So that's when we're in position. That's how we could field. That's how they can play when you're in possession, Lokonga and Tavares in the starting lineup. But what if you're not in position? What happens when you lose the ball? I'm sure you're wondering, what the hell is that formation, Glenn? But yeah, that's what happens when we don't have the ball. You literally move back to a 5-4-1. When you're being attacked like Liverpool away, this is how it turns out to be. So you have Tierney, Gabriel and White very, very tight in the middle, and then Cedric kind of dropping in and Tavares kind of dropping in as well. And then Saka, this is where another advantage is. Most of the players we are getting right now, the likes of Saka and the likes of White and Tavares, most of them can play in any position. So it's it's an advantage when you have players like that in every single formation. So Saka can drop in as a left wing back, almost as a left back as well. Partey drops in, Lokonga drops in, Pepe drops in, and then that leaves someone like Aubameyang up front by himself, or maybe even Aubameyang and Pepe, and then Cedric on a bit on the right side as well. So that is when we are out of possession. in that kind of formation, you'd expect us to keep it solid, both aerially with Gabriel and players like that, and then also on the ground, Tierney can pass, Tavares can keep his composure, White can keep his composure. So that's when you're out of position. So that's just the analysis I've taken a look at. I've just broken it down for myself and for you guys. With Lokonga and Tavares in the starting lineup, it's very unlikely we'll see both of them in the starting lineup at the same time unless we are playing in this formation. I don't think we'll play a back four and then have Tavares and Lokonga in the same team at the same time. So that's it for now. I really hope we get the deals done very soon and they're announced very soon. In case you haven't checked out my other video talking about the strengths and weaknesses of Nuno Tavares, the video is on screen right now. Make sure you click there and you watch that video. Thank you for watching this as well. Keep staying safe. Make sure you drop a like on the video and I'll catch up with you guys later.